Ooh, am I live? I think I am. Let me check. Cool. Okay. All right, new on YouTube. Looking for a link. Yeah. Not used to this UI. That's okay. You go there. You go right here. Okay, cool. It's just log. Okay. Sweet. So, hi to anyone joining on this fine evening. Yeah, I decided to swap over to YouTube, so there might be some technical difficulties with that, but hopefully nothing too serious, and I can mostly focus on, um, yeah, working on dev stuff. So I've been over the last couple of uh, days, I've been working with Candleberry on some stuff. He's working on a new boss fight for the game. It should be pretty exciting. And so I agreed to help him with designing some rewards, some potential rewards. They're not guaranteed for that fight. There's I don't want to spoil too much of the overall design stuff, but so I've been working on a suit of like sci-fi samurai armor, basically, and so that's been my what I've been plugging away at. And so the first thing I did was I worked on a couple of new enchantments for the game to get all of that. Um, words to um, what's that? Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting distracted with warnings from YouTube. Yeah, so I've been working on getting some new enchantments into the game. And so the two that I've added for this piece of equipment are knockback resist and knockdown resist. And so designed to, make it so that you don't get fall over or get slammed by like hulks and stuff like that. And so I implemented all of the C++ code already for that. Got it all compiled. And so, and I guess, I don't know, I can probably show that. That would make sense for me to potentially show some of that. And so, quite a few files touched, but that's because there's I had to do something kind of specific and pedantic for this one. But oh, how did that happen? Okay, doesn't matter. So the big thing is just whenever you add an enchantment to the game, you have to add it to the enchantment list in the magic enchantment header, and then you need to have some rules for what kind of key matches with what enum value, and then from there you can just query them wherever you want to. And so I think in here, so it's like I can just query for the person's knockback resist, and if their knockback resist is greater than 1, then they're immune to knockbacks, so it just cancels out. And otherwise, it reduces the amount they get shoved on a knockback by like the percent. So if they had 0.5 knockback resist, they'd take half, or they'd move half the distance when flung, stuff like that. Anyways, that's kind of the boring behind the scenes stuff. I still really need to actually do a full enchantment on stream at some point and have it actually be recorded correctly instead of missing a bunch of it, but that's not the end of the world. So I'm just curious before I get started too much. Just curious if everything is working. Ooh, I also should for just a second. I don't want to get messaged on Steam or anything while streaming. Yeah. Okay, cool. So with all of that said, yeah, so working on this samurai armor. The basic idea on this armor is that, or the kind of the high level concept that I'm working on is it's going to be reminiscent of traditional samurai armor, which we kind of already have in the game, like the Oyori. I'm definitely not saying that right. But I'm going to actually have it split into all of the separate pieces so that they can all be worn interchangeably. And it's going to be thematically a little odd. And so this is going to be a other dimensional samurai. And so that in itself should be kind of cool. And so the core concept of the core conceit is that the armor is going to consist of a central belt, which is going to be called this battle kit, which I don't have the stats correct for yet. And that battle kit is going to have a whole bunch of pockets, which let you store the skirt, the shoulders, both shoulder plates, and then the central plate, like the torso armor. Similar to how like the ballistic vests and stuff work. However, the kicker on this armor is going to be that the battle kit itself is going to be this belt, and thematically, the other pieces of armor aren't actually attached to it. It generates like a frequency or some kind of like a high tech wumbo jumbo to actually levitate all of the pieces, and so they're going to be like super massive, very heavy, these giant pieces of armor, but they're all going to just kind of float comfortably around like on your character, not contributing weight. And so the idea is going to be each of these pieces that like fit in these pockets are going to be, like 300 kilograms, like 200 kilograms, just these massive slabs of kind of like incomprehensible alloy. And then the belt is going to be kind of like the core piece that all of those go on. And so it's not even going to be practical to carry these around unless you've actually got them locked into the suit where they are no longer contributing weight. And so, yeah, that's like the big thing. One thing that we have weight modifiers for pockets, but it's used almost nowhere because there's not really a practical use for it in general in the game. Just kind of the way things are balanced. And so I thought this would be a cool way to make sure that stuff's getting stress tested in the core game, so none of it just vanishes or like breaks and becomes kind of brittle over time because no one's actually playing with it in the core game. It's just getting used potentially in mods for people that, I don't know, hate carrying weights or something. Uh, excuse me. Yeah, so that's kind of the core idea. So I'm just gonna be I'm gonna punch in some stuff here. I've already gotten started. So I've got the base armor with some pockets already set up. The big thing with these pockets is they have the ablative rule, and that means that the item that goes in them, you only get one item in them, and ablative, like true pockets with ablative true also have whatever is in them contributes protection to your character, assuming it has armor values. So basically, like if you know, it's like the ballistic plates in the ballistic vests. So if you get shot in the vest, your plates might catch it as well, and it checks those independently for protection. And so it's got the four of those with again some giant volumes and weights and lengths, just because I don't want to think about it. Pretty lengthy time to pack these, but probably shouldn't be taking them on and off too much. And then I've got the descriptions already in place here for the two shoulders, the resonance torso, the resonance skirt, but I'm going to call all of these the right thing instead, because I was going to actually have them be named correctly off of the Japanese names for them, because I thought that would be thematically kind of fun. And so the got just down here, I started on an entry for the resonating dough, and so this is the I'll just put that note there in case anyone gets confused. And I don't have descriptions done. I'll have to come up with something as I go. Yeah, and so I've got some big numbers here. That's okay. And there are already some details on this. One thing I was stuck on was I wasn't sure where I should actually put some of the relic data for this. I think torso in this case makes the most sense, and I'll pull it off of that. And so this relic data enchant meteor armor, I also just wrote a little bit earlier today, and it is just an enchantment called hyperdense. So in game it'll show as hyperdense, and it just describes that it makes the massive weight of your armor makes it nearly impossible to be knocked over or pushed back, and then it gives you that full knockback resist and that full knockdown resist. Yeah, and so yeah, that's fine. Don't need you twice. Next one here, I'm going to stop talking and actually just do some implementation. And so the just keep these all consistent. And so these should also be lighter because, you know, close to the torso. I'm not going to put... I might tweak these to be perfect later, like do some napkin math, but I'm just going to punch in numbers to punch in numbers for now. Let's sure. Yeah, then I need to grab. I started some. Whoops. I started some armor definitions for this before I split it out into all the separate pieces. So I do. Just distribute those out. These values aren't all set in stone either. Again, I just kind of trying to get it all in game and working, and then I can And I can tweak from there. So I want that all there. That's good, I think. Oh, right. I actually need to. And this one itself, since it's just about. I don't know. 2 encumbrance. 100% of the torso, but it specifically covers the I got body parts all here. No. Okay. I want the torso waist. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Oh, yes, I can. It's just gonna be hanging. That's fine. Yeah, and then I do so hanging. So all of the waist and hanging locations. This is kind of pedantic, but they only exist on the strap layer. They can't be on outer, normal, inner, or either of the aura layers. They need to they can only be strapped, and so that's okay. Sturdy looks good. And add all the flags. So it's right. Skirt. And then there's one other thing I need to do, which is I'm gonna have to look this up. There's a way for no, I'll try and find it in the documentation first instead of looking it up. There's a thing in the docs for like pockets to pass out their flags and enchantments. So I'm just curious about that. Oh, maybe I didn't add it to the documentation. Well, that's a good thing to learn. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to look it up then. Because it's not in the docs. And I will add it as part of this. Here, I guess I can bring this over here. I'm just looking for closed PRs mentioning pocket and flag by me. Pockets that can let item inherit flags. I believe this is it. I'm curious if this is all of code. Okay, so it's inherits flags is what I'm looking for. And so let's right away, I'm just gonna add that to the I feel like in Aftershock it does what I'm looking for though, which is like passes enchantments up because like the exosuits do it. I just want to make sure that. Well, I guess I can just test it in game and then go from there. That would make the most sense. Oh, excuse me. I think this technically runs. Funny enough. I'm gonna make these way thicker. Or I already did. Great. Yeah. Let's just see if this is equipable. Because that'll be the first step. Oh, there we go. Okay. Redundant entries. Try again. Okay, stop. Oh, I should change my thing too. Oh, right. It is not strapped. It is belted. That's the word. If anyone's ever wants to work on armor, there is. I'm not using it because I wrote it, and so I don't need. Well, I do need it in this case, but there is a armor balance and design guide, which talks through basically all of the useful information about designing armor and most of the stuff you can do with it. There might be like some little missing bits, but it talks through. I mean, this is let me open the preview. This is a massive document with examples as well, and then suggestions for references in the code base too. Uh, like everything is further reading for like other items you could look at for examples, and then example code in here. So this stuff kind of walks through. God, this is massive. Oh, I don't know why. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So plenty of stuff in here for information, and so as well as like discussion on how we tend to balance armor and what we look for and stuff. And so it might be if anyone is interested in ever working on armor, it's a great resource. And so I bet somewhere in here it'll tell me. Yeah. So belted is the name for pouches and storage and stuff like that, but that includes this belt, which is, believe it or not, belted. And so gonna just restart because then I don't have to go through the load and close experience. Okay, this is my my chat stuff's working too. Cool. Okay. Oh, it's for now. Oh, there it is. I already had it. And so the actual armor itself, is all it's strapped and on the waist, and then looks like it's got those pockets. So it will spawn So I probably shouldn't go with resonating again. I forgot I used that word before. But I'll fix that in a sec. All right, they need more volume, and I also should put in the weight control stuff, because otherwise, it's going to not be good. What is the name for that? Just weight modifier. So that's that. Pockets, I guess. Oh, it's just weight multiplier. There's six as well. They're away too. That's really funny. I should reset to. So this was generated when it still had the when it still had the enchantment, which is why it should reset. I don't know. I'm gonna spawn a new one just in case, because sometimes that stuff's weird. Wear that, and then this is very interesting. I might have to come up with a solution for that, but for now, just flop all those guys in. And so each of these has a comical amount of protection, which I guess is kind of the intent. These are supposed to just basically be impervious, but imperfect. And so the idea is I mean, 2,000 armor is the same as around 80 in this game, because nothing really does more than that. But so these are supposed to be basically like these impervious chunks of armor, but you run into the problem where they're gonna kind of like slow you down a bit too. So I'm trying to get that feeling of being a bit of a walking tank, so to speak, with still the potential to do a bit of accessorizing. And so the next thing to do. How much of the head is that? 40%. It's kind of wild, but that's okay. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, not super impressive protection values overall. Or like not particularly impressive coverage values, 57%, 60%. Like it's not that much to write home about. So you can still run into those potential pain situations. Now, why is yes, it's telling me I'm overweight, but I'm not. Did I miss one of the entries? I must have. Yes, I did. Okay. I was gonna say. I was confused. That's why I was still counted as overweight. Okay, so that's good. Let's just go with the. Just call them all. Yeah, and I need to make the encumbrance values make sense. Oh, message. Oh, is that more armor than the Urax um entity? Yeah, the big thing that's contributing to it, I wanted to really use the like the monolith material because it's like weird and it is like resonancy and kind of like nethery, but it also has the downside of being having nonsense numbers. Let me see if I can pull them up because the numbers are silly. And so, yeah, I mean, like, it's like 200 per millimeter, whereas like the average like stone is 6, and so I might have to go with just like super alloy or something that isn't that, or actually just make up my own, I guess. But um, yeah, just because otherwise we're gonna those numbers just are they're like someone would assume it's broken levels of high. Uh, Better, I might have to make my own material. But for now, um, let's just do super alloy. And we'll go from there. Oh, it's already partially super alloy. So yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm like I don't know, I'm iffy on the numbers. I want them to seem thick in the UI because they should seem like these like giant slab plates. But I don't know, the numbers are just so kooky. But I'm gonna leave it as is then. Everyone's everyone in the chats telling me that it's fine, that super ally's bad. So I'll I'll leave it for now. The one thing I really actually do want to test though is I'm gonna give myself a little survivor suit, just to complete the ensemble. Uh, yeah, we're gonna need more of that. And then I'm gonna spawn a monster. I'm gonna see if a Hulk can still slam me. I'm gonna. Okay, unfortunate. And so in the suit, the enchantment isn't working. Um, which is weird because I thought I got this working for Drew, but yeah, okay. Want to back up for now, and I'm gonna try and find a solution for that. So let's go look at. Maybe there's an enchantment thing for it. Wheeled, worn, held. I mean, held actually does work here, just because if it's it's like a giant slab of metal, that's what's keeping you from being knocked over and stuff. It's not just I don't know. Maybe it should just be on the belt. I think that makes the most sense. Then I don't have to worry about this this stuff anyways. And humming and hawing about it. Cool. And so I've already tested that that works. So the numbers are silly. So the big thing is right now I gotta work on encumbrance. I think these numbers are like pretty wild high already, considering they're half pieces. Like it's not like you're getting your full leg coverage. It's like you're just protecting half. And so I'm just gonna look at the I said mantle. I bet there won't be a lot. Whereas at this point, because they're sold. So if I go down here to like this, to like the tier 1. Oh, right, they're off abstracts. So if I check the abstract skirt, it's a total of, gosh, just 2. That's kind of wild. And does it get updated? Or is it just... Oh, wow, okay. So yeah, like 2 there. The mantle ends up being what? Okay, it's 5. And so yeah, like putting these at like 15 does seem uh pretty approachable. Definitely each arm shouldn't be 15. Um I guess each should be like, I don't know, 8 makes sense. They're also the worst piece or the lightest piece. I don't know, I think I'm fine with this as 15, and then again, this is also, I think, good at. Oh, the head should be way less. Like, I think the head should actually almost be 0. I'd be happy to put it at 0 because it's like all the awkwardness should be on your torso still. Like it's just kind of like a cover, or like a kind of a floating neck guard. No pun intended. Okay, so this is I guess all the pieces just work. I kind of was expecting to have more content for this. So the next thing I'm going to do is there's a couple more pieces I'm missing for full samurai armor, and that is so I've got the cuirass and the armored sleeves and the cusis, the leg armor. So I got those 3 pieces, and so the things I'm missing are a helmet, a mask and the greaves. I am not convinced I'm going to do greaves. Just because that... Yeah, because I don't want more crazy armor on the legs. This guy will probably just be wearing boots. But the mask slash helmet I do want to do. And so the helmet or the mask, I had the idea that this guy's actually a nether hunter of some kind, and so the implication is he's going to have equipment specifically designed to deal with nether entities and that sort of thing. And so I wanted him to have the ability to detect nether entities, and so I guess I'm going to just use C++ for that right now. And so there's already similar stuff to go off of, which is these two, the site, range, electric, and nether. I'll put in here, and then I'm just gonna search this because I need to fill in the same spots that is everywhere else. And so I need another entry like this. Another. So I believe there's already, to help me out with this, some similar stuff to is electrical, but for other types of things. I want to go to declaration. So maybe there isn't one for nether though. If there isn't, that's annoying. And I'll have to write one. That's okay. So the whole idea is, well, it's just it's the rules for motion vision range. Oh, I see. That's literally anything. Okay. Yeah, so I just want one of these. Another. Goodbye enchantment. Another. Then I want a similar thing to this, but I'm gonna make a new function called isNether, basically, and then here I get the site range. That'll work. And so similarly to this, I'm gonna need all of these defs. So I'm gonna need to basically duplicate all of these, but for nether instead. I think I need to actually set an original def. Yeah, in creature. Because all of the other ones will overwrite this. Because our creatures can either be NPCs or monsters or the player. So we need a def for all of them. So it's another. Now I can go back to what I was doing. Which was... We have too many tabs open. It's hard to find stuff. So we're gonna just go back and retrace all my steps. Or it's kind of doesn't matter. And so for now, we're just gonna hard code it that like all characters aren't from the Nether. People aren't. So that's that. And I did have here, right? Yep, cool. For monsters, similarly, I need a header entry. And the options, I think, are it's just going to be the two species. So it's the two species, if I recall correctly, are we have like a file with all the Nether monsters in it. Monster Nether, and I believe it's just the two factions are Nether player hate and Nether. Ooh, horror as well. Cool. Yeah, so we want. I need to put that up top. Okay, Nether's already here. Um, and then what's the other one? Horror. Not spelled to me. All right, perfect. The machine can spell for me. Yeah, and so that would be true if it's one of the Nether types. That's good. And so for this one, yeah, we have a hard code for a just Rubik showing up as electrical as an NPC, which is kind of fun. I don't think I need to add one specifically for NPCs because we have one for characters in general. Pretty sure that's right. And so that's all of the stuff I need there. Then go back to the original spot. Yeah, okay. So this should just work. I'm not going to compile it right now because it'll grind my computer to a halt and then I can't enjoy all of your company. I gotta figure out a way to do that better on stream. But so that's kind of the it's like functional as is. So just going to work on making a mask. Hmm. I think I might base it off of gas mask. I think might be a cool visually, and then these. I'll keep on the weeb stuff. Um, let's maybe I have something cooler than plastic, probably. Well, maybe it can be like a mix. It's the head covers. Yeah, we want the forehead included, I guess. No, I don't know. That messes things up. Like then you can't wear other helmets with it and stuff. I don't want to do that to people. So I'll just keep it on the. Hey, Aaron. Thanks people for tuning in. Just doing a lot of hum and hawing on item balance right now and design. Just curious if I can make this use something that isn't gas masks or isn't like standard filters. Um, well, I don't know. There's no space. Maybe it doesn't even need ammo. Be kind of fun. No pocket. No ammo. No use action. But I will write an enchantment. Maybe a little too on the nose, but all right. All right, cool. Spell right. Then we need to add the new thing, which was sight range nether. It is in this one. Just adding documentation for it so other people can use it. Just put it at 10 tiles. That seems like a sensible value for it. I think what I'd like to do for the last chunk of this, because I think it would be too good otherwise, is let's start. I just want a piece of clutter. So instead of doing a helmet, because the whole idea is this is supposed to be some environmental storytelling, instead of spawning with a helmet that is functional, I'm going to create a piece of clutter, which is the destroyed helmet and the reason that this guy died, because I think that's fun. So let's do, and then that can be placed on the body as well, but it's just a giant slab of garbage. Just it won't function at that point. I know where I should put clutter. Items, generic, I guess. Miscellaneous. That's what I want. I think. Yeah, sure. Lots of junk in here. That's perfect. We'll just start with this grind plate because it doesn't matter. Or call it. No. I can show you what the I can show you what the actual armor looks like, just since you're here. Oh shoot, I don't want to build. Stop it. I'm gonna have to go invisible for just a sec. Well, you can still see me, but I gotta hide my file browser. Start the game this way. And I'll load up the. It's gonna tell me that. No, it's not gonna let me. I'm gonna have to comment something out, but that's okay. For now. Yeah, so the armor is yeah. The armor is so thick that it's not gonna break. It's not gonna ablate, and it's not going to. Right. Can I just leave you and put? I'm gonna just put footstep noise in because it doesn't matter. Just anything to get you to stop yelling at me. Yeah. So the whole idea on this armor set is. The whole idea on this armor set is that it's incredibly durable and tough, but it's also massive. So it's like sci-fi samurai armor that all of the pieces weigh like hundreds of kilograms, but there's a central belt that basically like levitates it or kind of like neutralizes the weight so that your character can move in it comfortably. But all of the pieces alone would be impossible to carry. Uh, and so here, like I can show you like so like this right here is the defense values of the torso piece, for example. So just like an arbitrarily large amount of defense, basically. And so the idea is the coverage isn't going to be amazing though. So you're still gonna be taking hits, realistically. But if you're getting the protection from these pieces, you're not taking damage. And the intent would be with all of this that basically to like kind of give you that feeling of like being a bit of a tank. And so it also includes by wonder if it'll actually show on. I'm gonna have to respawn it because I moved some stuff around. But if I go to battle kit, I look at it, and so like it's also got the ability that when you're wearing it, you count as hyper dense, and so hyper dense just makes it so that you are immune to knockbacks and you're immune to knockdowns as well, and and so you can't be pushed around. Bio operators can't knock you over, nothing like that. Um, so even if like you were to get in a car crash, you're not moving, like you're not going through the windshield. And so I think it's thematically fun to just kind of be this like walking ball of like heavy equipment, especially because I think our power armor in general is kind of like lacking and stuff, and so this is a good kind of push for something similar-ish, but not as indestructible. And so a good, yeah, a nice like a movable object kind of thematic thing. And so the idea is when all the pieces are in the pockets, they don't it doesn't count towards your weight total too. So even though each of the bits is, as I said, you know, hundreds of kilograms, as long as you've actually got it on as the suit, it works fine. Yeah, exactly. um, yeah, and then and so the only other thing I'm going to do too, which I realized I forgot to do, was I'm also going to the belt's also going to let you hook one weapon and have a small pouch, like a small storage pouch as well. And both of those are also going to be free. So you basically get one free weapon's worth of weight if you're wearing if you're wearing the setup as well, which I think will be also kind of like a fun, useful thing. Since someone that would be kind of going for that heavier geared thing would get one extra, would love an extra weapon, you know. Uh, yeah, I actually when I was setting up the code for this originally, like the like the knockdown stuff, the immovable object stuff, I actually had to add in code for if you're intentionally flinging yourself versus unintentionally, because the fling code in game that stuff like Hulks use is also used by for things like diving from a moving car. And it would be very funny, but not very fair to the player if, when you attempted to dive from your car right before it exploded, you just stayed in the exact same place and didn't move at all. And so, kind of differentiating that I want to be moving versus something is trying to move me was like actually most of the code, just kind of passing that through everywhere. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, the armor is a bit silly. Uh, yeah, exactly. Uh, so I'll revert this change, and then we got all the bits in place, so it's just the pockets. I think I don't know. I mean, I think I did all of this work before for one of the Exodai harnesses. Called harness something or other. Um, yeah. I'm not gonna find it that way. It's probably just in bespoke. I'm gonna be annoyed if I can't find this. Hey, I think it's the Nomad rig. Uh, yeah, the archaic holster. I think this is like a good a set of stats to let you carry like basically anything. And so do want this to contribute encumbrance, but it will have the weight multiplier for being a big boy. And then, like I said, I want like a little pouch. I don't want to keep just like stealing details from other spots, but I think the go bag, or not the go bag, the range bag has like a no. What is that called? I think the go bag's something different. Yeah, no. Um, oh, I think this. Not this file. Where is it? Oh, okay. I'm gonna give up. Because it really doesn't matter. I can just make it anything. Let's just like make it about the size of a tool pouch. That seems like a reasonable. So, oh, I don't want everything. I just want the pocket data. Make it kind of worse volume per encumber since you don't have to worry about the weight. That might be too good, but I'm not gonna think too hard about it right now. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I can just try this and see what that shakes up like. Right. Yep. Yep. Still haven't compiled. So I put in the fake one. I don't know why I'm getting the TARDIS complaint now. I'm gonna just ignore it for this for right now, just so I can just to make sure everything works. So let's grab fresh new stuff. So we got our battle kit. We're gonna put that on. That's our belt. So there's the rest of it actually. Corresponds torso armor, leg armor, 2 shoulder pads. And then we still have space for some other goodies, and so I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Does a Nodashi fit in it? That'd be fun. No, it doesn't. Too long? Too much volume? Yeah, too much. Yeah. Yeah, hardened katana fits. Perfect. And then I'll just spawn a couple of flashlights. Because they would. Oh no, it's fitting in there. Sure that you fit in the other thing. What you do? And I can check and see. Yep, the floating katana and some flashlights easily in, and still negligible weight, even though I'm wearing about 1,000 kilograms. Sweet. Okay. That's exciting. So this all works. I'll have to compile to make sure that the mask works as well, but I guess I can. Okay, perfect. Sweet. And again, it's once this is in your hands, feel free to tweak whatever you want to. I just figured I'd give you a good baseline, anyways, and then if you want to fit it to the rest of the fight, yeah, or kind of to whatever kind of level of power you see fit. I think that is exceptionally reasonable. 35. What do I have? It's causing 35. Oh, you're 12. 15 is 27, and then like the katana. Yes, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Sweet. So that, like I said, is all good. I'm probably gonna just commit this because that seems to be reasonable. Oh no, I should. Well, I'll test the C code later, but for now, I'll. Oh God. I added a plugin to my VS Code that does Markdown, and it seems like it's auto styling my Markdown, and that's not maybe ideal, but because it adds noise. But do that later. Oh yeah, I want to finish that miscellaneous item, which will be the destroyed helmet. Hello there. Thanks for joining. bum, bum. Oh, no, I don't want the unobtainium stuff. I want the monolith and the super allied stuff. And make it the same. Okay, it is the same color. Yeah, okay. I need descriptions for all of these, I guess. Always not the most uh, uh, committed to writing like really, really good descriptions because I find every time I add something to the game, someone redoes it anyways. Uh, but yeah, should still put a bit of effort. Um, yeah, that's good to me. Description's done. Um, I'll style these like all the that one's done. Can't imagine there's anything wrong with this, but every time I say that, I end up controlled. Okay, nice and pretty and styled so that it'll be accepted. Um, and then I'll just put this in its own commit so that no one has to deal with it. What did I do? I'll just commit it for now and not think about it. Um, gonna publish it so I don't forget about it. And I'm not gonna make a PR right now because it's not close enough to done. Normally I end around this time, but I started late, and so I'm going to actually try and get just a bit of extra stuff done because I can. And so I was working on a couple of weeks ago the this is the Franken perk. So this is like a Frankenstein perk for the perks mod that lets you summon. I'll change my details. Lets you create a kind of like an abomination, like a flesh abomination, to be friendly and help you out. And so. And so I was kind of in the midst of that, and so I'm gonna try and finish because some of the stuff I needed for it is now in. Data, Frankenstein. So I had a pile of stuff here, and I think I'm gonna get rid of a bunch of it because I think pretty sure I can just give a recipe. For the actual parts themselves. And the Franken perk. It does not have an activated ESC. I'm going to clean this up so it's just a recipe, I think. So we need the perks menu itself too. And the put in false for this, but I'm cool too. And this stuff up here was cool, but I just don't. It's like a bunch of extra steps that we just don't need. And so I feel like this is everything I need. I'm just gonna perhaps I'm gonna try and run it. I'm a little worried that this branch is out of date enough that this will fail. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I'm going to just do a little rebase here. I'm going to do... I'm going to do a rebase, and this is just how you can do one in... So if anyone ever mentions if you're working on stuff to do a rebase, you can do it here. Just by doing this. And then, yeah, I'll stash my changes, that's fine. Cool. And then I am... Why am I not rebased? Oh, maybe it made me do it first. Yeah, much better. So now I'm up to date. So if I try this again with up to date now JSON. It's actually looking good. That's exciting. Yeah, it's going to tell me all the samurai stuff I just made, or I was using. It doesn't exist. It's fine. I did realize I'm done, though. I need to go to my world with perks enabled to be able to test perks. So that's still me, but that's okay. Yeah. This character was getting demolished by a portal storm. It's not even worth it. I'm gonna just make a new character instead of having to reset everything to make that character functional. Oh, excuse me. Empty description, I can leave it for now. That's interesting. That's a spawn. No, I'm just curious. It's just a lake over here. What is this question mark? Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Wait, don't I have the perks mod on? Why is not? Okay, we're looking good. So this is configured correctly. Got the perk menu, so I can just go give myself a perk point. Set myself to I can't do that. I need skills. mutate skills. I'm gonna set them all to just the exact amount. Then I'll get to playing God. I will select it. Cool, and that's what I was hoping for, is that it would come up like that. So if I go to the homunculi here, need a bunch of meat, need a bunch of bone, need some materials. I'm gonna favorite it. Spawn seven kit. Son of bones. No. So why I need food stuff for this. That's a mistake. Oh, right. Surface. I'm gonna add more to this, but I just want to see if it works at all. Oh, right. I'm carrying a really big guy. So there he is. No description, but I can make one here in a bit. Well, and there he is. Cool. He's just gonna follow me around. Sweet. Going to. Just curious how like good this guy is at murdering. This is like early days, so it's gonna be a lot of like really basic mobs, but just go up here. I should have brought all my stuff with me. 1,000 sewing kits. That's 1,000 of those. I think building on the second floor was a mistake. second. Nice, I can just make one here and then drop him out the window. I just want to see how he does on the streets, because I think this is too good. But it's very fun. That's kind of the point of the perk spawn. I'm gonna mutate myself to be invisible. Seeing him fling zombies is pretty funny. He hasn't taken any damage today. Yeah, I gave him regen, which was clearly a mistake. Yeah, okay. I can't just seeing him wreak havoc's pretty freaking funny though. Still no? Okay. Way too powerful. No regen. Wait, I kind of actually want him to take health per, like, to decay, basically, over time. Maybe just have 0 armor. So that everyone's ripping them apart. He's not going to drop anything. He's a naked giant meat man. Fungalize, but that's okay, I guess. He's not revive. You only have enemies that decay over time. I guess I can give him a spell where he like drops chunks of meat, like he's just falling apart. That'd be kind of thematically fun, I think. I don't know. I guess I could just drop his hit points as well too. He's got like cuckoo banana set points. Well, let's see how this guy holds up. If I just back on out, I load back in. Curious how much meat this guy goes, because that'll give me a good idea of how much meat he's actually made of, like how many pieces you would require to actually to do this. Cool. So I got 150 there, so we should probably be 100. 15 will be that easy. I don't know, let's do 180 size, and then do less of these then. And then is that enough to build him? No, I need more bones. Correct homunculi. I'm just gonna teleport him with him in hand to a different part of town. I think the problem is potentially that they don't see him as an enemy because he's technically flagged as a zombie, and so I think he's gonna need a different faction. That wasn't very helpful at all. Why is it not called factions, you know? No, it's not that one. Monster factions. There we go. Yeah, we'll summon player. Because why not? Then things are going to want to hurt him. I hope. Yeah, I think. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see your message until now. Yeah, I think that this will be a fun one. I want to add some more perks like this, like bigger, flashier perks. And I'm specifically going to lock them behind. Um, uh, I think I'm going to call them playstyle perks, basically, and they're going to be like powerful enough that um, the settings are going to be basically you can have them all off because they're going to be pretty OP. You can have it so your character can have at most one of them, which will be kind of like the I have something that I want to do that's build defining, but I don't want to just be able to grab a million of these. Or you'll be able to play with unlimited, and that way, like people can kind of set their own difficulty. With the goal being, I guess, for people to generally play with just like a single playstyle perk, or but we'll obviously see. Ooh, he died fast. Okay, so. All right. Okay, cool. So, that's good to know. Uh, that he's not unstoppable. And so let's give him that reach. I don't know if I want to give him reach. I don't know what I want to give him. Or if I want to give him anything. Like 4, 4, 4. See what he does on that. I apologize for anyone watching. It's probably the most exciting content, just me watching a giant meat monster wrestle zombies and seeing how he does. It's pretty dumb. But yeah, it has to be done. It's got to feel good. It's got to not just be unstoppable. I guess he doesn't need to be on my team because he's like flagged as player. So if I just make a homunculi, he should just fall. Nobody can stand up to the might of the zombie horde. But like, the thing is, there's no limit on these. So you could have like 4 of these. Just like gang through it. Yeah. And what are we at? Yeah, these guys should just these should take damage over time. That I don't I don't see any other way for this to go. Oh wow. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm currently working on new perks for the perks mod that's included with the game. This one's a like a Frankenstein style perk, and so you can bring back like kind of a meat homunculi from the dead using the flesh of zombies. And so I'm currently testing how good they are at um, murdering stuff. And one of them wasn't doing great against a city of zombies. Four are doing four are doing really well. Uh, oh wow. Um, couple of friendly fire incidents. That's okay. We still got 2 guys left. How are they doing on hit points? They're pretty toasty. Yeah. Okay. I think happy with where this guy is now, and so that's a perk that I think that just works. So go. I'm just going to also yeah, I just had that problem too. When I tested it on my own, it worked fine though. Here, I'm gonna see if I can just let me just start a new guy. I'm gonna see if I get the prompt, and if I don't, then I'm gonna have to figure something out. Because yeah, you're right. It seems like there's some problems. Every time I don't know, it worked the last time I did some fixes for it, but I have problems on stream just a couple of seconds ago. So let's see. I don't know. I'll do helicopter crash. yeah, so now what's supposed to happen is this menu is supposed to come up right away. And this is change I did like a week ago or something. Or not even a week ago, like 2 days ago. And so this menu should come up right away, asking you to prompt all your settings. If you hit use default, it'll show. It comes up like right away, letting you know that it's loaded and that the configuration menu should appear. And then if it's properly loaded, it should be good to go. Yeah, I don't like none of the other mods should mess it up in any way. It's kind of it should do all of its scripting on its own. And so yeah, and it is working here for me. I'm gonna just abandon this character though. I'm gonna go to Perksville again. I'm gonna try it a couple of times because I think I also had it fail to start on me a few minutes ago, and that's not a good spot to be. It should always work. So yeah. Another random character. Yeah, it popped up again. So it's weird. If you run into a problem with it, for future reference, the way to get it to just to like if it doesn't start on its own, and it should, I think I fixed it recently. But you should be able to go to game in debug, and in the game menu, you can hit activate an EOC. And then if you search, there is EOC. Well, I'm just gonna search perk actually. That'd be easiest. So if I search perk, there's a couple of these like scripts in here for the perk stuff. Initialize is the one you would want to hit. I'm gonna hit it right now, and it's not gonna do anything because I already have everything initialized. But yeah, if you hit initialize, it'll bring up that menu, let you set your settings, and then bring let you then open the perk menu and in perks and stuff. So if it ever breaks for you, that's the fix. But I don't know. It should work as of this week. I did some stuff to fix it. Hopefully, anyways. Or if it's broken, it's a bigger problem with our scripting system, which is also my problem, but is less to do with the mod. So yeah. Hey, no trouble. I'm glad to help. I'm actually probably going to clip this interaction and put it up as a YouTube video, just so that I can, in case people are wondering how to fix the perk stuff. Thanks. I think it's fun. Some people on the team have wanted it for a while, and so I wanted to set it up in a way that it would work really well, and like other people could add to it easily. And then also, it's set up too that if you, I know you said you're playing some of the other mods, like Blaze and Aftershock and No Hope. The way that the perk mod is set up, those mod creators can also add perks to the perks mod, and if they're both running, those extra perks will just show up in the list for you to buy. So like for Aftershock, for example, like you could have some sci-fi related perks for energy weapons or whatever. And that would require the mod creators to actually add them. But there's easy inner mod compatibility built in. And there's a guide for it too. So in the docs, I actually have a guide on. There's a little explanation with some example snippets on how to add mods or add perks to a mod to contribute to the game, or to add to the perks list. So these guys I'm really happy with. I'm just gonna work on finishing up this Frankenstein stuff, because once I'm done here, this is probably gonna be the end of the evening for me. So I'm gonna just get this done and then call it. So the other things I want here, I want a few more pieces for this. I don't want them to be hard to get pieces because that's no fun. And these guys aren't that crazy. But just some thematic stuff. And so I want pipes, like something to jam into the head, you know, Frankenstein style, like the bolts to catch lightning. Not the notes. Oh, it's literally just called pipe. Okay, perfect. I love that. So I want some pipes, and I want two of them. Pipes. And then I also want... Oh, this should take longer, probably. Like, 2 seconds. Oh, like it's probably too much time. Um, no, it's funnier if they destroy. I'm gonna leave it. Um, ba, 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 ba. So I want pipes. It's made of bones, made of meat. Good as 2 pipes. Need a bone saw. Need a sewing kit. And you need, I think, like a heavy battery would be funny, and jumper cables. But like just as a requirement, like they don't actually get used. And so, dude, jumper cables actually have a trait. Oh, it's like I said, this is uh the perk that gives you the ability to construct like meat monstrosities that you can then spawn and then use as like friendly allies. And they're similar in attack set to zombie hulks. So they smash stuff, they like slam guys out of the way, the whole bit. They're not super tanky. They're a little fragile. They'll die pretty easy to a lot of zombies. But they'd be a big help for a character that's mainly focused on medicine and stuff like that. Is the idea. And so I just need some way to give that vibe of jump starting a character by yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, that's the point of the perks mod, is to have some fun, silly stuff. So I'm gonna need like a new tool quality for this, I think. Tool qualities. How are these defined? Qualities. Okay. That looks right. So they've got the jumpstart quality now. So if I actually go over here to the recipe, yeah, I don't know if you already can make golems in Magicalism, but if you can't if you can't currently, the mod, like one of the people that works on Magicalism could add a perk similar to this to Magicalism, and it would, as long as you were running both bombastic perks and Magicalism, it would show up in the list of ones you can pick. I wanted to like use battery charges. Just charges something. No, that's not. I don't know. It's kind of lame, but maybe I could just put heavy battery there. Not worry about the charges. I don't think there's a good way to make that work. So I'm just gonna put this stuff here, and that'll be good for now. Later I can maybe make this better if I ever want to go back to it. I guess I'll check and make sure it actually works. Homunculi. Need jumper cables. Pipes. Oh, I mean, I have the same name on Discord that I do here, but I'm on all of the Cataclysm related Discords as well. Um, uh, yeah, I guess the main thing is um, that would be more directed for people that are kind of like already on the Cataclysm communities. There's a community Cataclysm Discord, and then there's also a developer community Discord or developer Cataclysm Discord, and those would be the best places to find me. The links for those are. Let me see if I can find them if they're listed. Sensible places. Are they mentioned on? Yeah. So on the Cataclysm website, the developer Discord is listed. So I guess I can Post. Yeah, and so I mean, I'm just at the top, right? I'm a developer for the game, and so my name's in green on them. Yeah, I'm there. If and I'm again, it's like if people have questions related to the game, I'm usually happy to answer. And if someone is working on a project or something as well, and they wanted assistance, there's a great community of people there to help, including myself. Mhm. All right, one more run with the homunculi, doing a bit of smashing. Oh, he's real stuck. That's kind of funny. All right, killed himself on a car. It happens. Okay, but the crafting works, which is what I was there to test. And so that's ready to PR, I think. I should I guess I should style all the lines. So I guess for context, when I say I'm styling something, there's a web tool. It's just here. And then I just go to it. And then I just paste the code in and I hit lint. And it makes it look pretty for the game. And then the park menu itself should be styled because I've added to it. And yeah, that looks good. And I guess since I'm here, I can just. It's already up in the GitHub. Cool, it is. So I published this, and so since it's already set up, I can just make a PR. Okay, cool. Oh, sure. check what actually is here. Added the cable stuff. The recipe for the meat hunk. The meat hunk itself, and the monster. The rules for getting it, and the perk itself. Cool. Looks good to me. So I'm going to create a pull request for that. And so that is good to go into the game. I'm quite a bit over time for what I normally stream till. Thank you, everyone who watched tonight. I'll be putting this up, the whole thing as a VOD on YouTube. Should be a lot easier now that I'm streaming on YouTube. And as well, yeah, I do this every Wednesday, same time. It's I guess it would depend on time zones, but basically like from 3 hours ago until usually an hour ago. So but around this time in the evening, I do I stream development of the game. It's been a lot of JSON stuff recently, but I'm gonna try and do some C++ as well and stuff. Working on like actual intense systems stuff and getting that working. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone has a good rest of their evening, and maybe I'll see you next week.